Well, now, this is Ariel Ma from New Orleans, giving our praises to the Most High Yahweh and the Son who the world calls Jesus Christ. We know him in the Hebrew as Yahweh Shai. Now, in the movie Karate Kid, you got Mr. Miyagi, the teacher, and Daniel-san, the student. Just like you have Great Millstone, the teachers, and you have their understudies, the student. Okay? Now, in the movie, Daniel-san had gotten jumped, got beat up, roughed up, and Mr. Miyagi, being his overseer, took him down to the dojo to go holler at Sensei. Basically, they came to the agreement that they're going to fight one-on-one in this tournament, and also for Sensei to call the dogs off, stop having them clowns beat up on Daniel-san and jump him. Anyway, Mr. Miyagi did some unconventional things. Basically, what he did was had him working around the house, had him sanding the floor, waxing the car, painting the fence, painting the house. But he wanted him to do it a certain way. Just like you have the men of Great Millstone that teach you the truth of this Bible, and they're teaching you a certain way, okay, which is the correct way, the right way. Now, one night, Mr. Miyagi, I think he had went fishing, and Daniel-san had got mad, came up off the house. He was painting, off the ladder, painting, and he was like, man, fuck this, I'm going home. Done with this shit. And Mr. Miyagi called him over. Daniel-san, get your stupid ass over here, man. And basically, he began to tell him to sand the floor. And he like moved his hands to sand the floor. He was showing him, getting physical with him. Told him wax on, wax off. And told him paint the fence. And told him paint the house. And as he was telling him these different commands, he began to throw punches at him and throw kicks at him. And then it finally, like the light bulb went off in Daniel-san's head, okay, that he was the student and Mr. Miyagi was the teacher. You're there to learn, even if it is unconventional, even if it was something that you wasn't used to. Okay, you're there to learn. Okay, which is going to bring us where? To the book of Psalms 37 and 37. It says, mark the perfect man. Meaning there are men that are set up on this earth that are going to be keeping the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of their ability. You know, in the book of Judges 5 and 11, it says, rehearse the righteous acts. What are the righteous acts? Keeping the law, statutes, and commandments of this Bible. Okay, it says mark the perfect man. What else? Talking about the men of the Lord that are teaching this Bible the right way, not the way you want it taught, okay, but the way that the Lord has ordained in the proper order for this word to be taught. There's an order, okay. Now they have the saying, they got a lot of chiefs but not enough Indians. Okay, you got a lot of people out here that have the ability to be a top teacher, but do you have the ability to be a top student? Do you have the ability to be humble? Okay, that's what it's going to take to be a good teacher. You have to be willing and be able to be humble. You have to be a student as well. Well, the Lord set up these men to be teachers. They are the Mr. Miyagi, and we are the Daniel sons. Okay, now let's continue. It says, and behold the upright. So you have to take heed to these men that are teaching this Bible the right way. You know, now the reality is no one on this earth is per se perfect. Okay? But what makes you perfect is by keeping the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability and teaching this Bible the right way. Now let's finish this up. It says, for the end of that man is peace. So at the end of the day, that's what you want in your life. You want peace. The peace is going to come in the form of salvation at the end of the day. Behind what? By marking the perfect man. Who are those men? Those men are the men of Great Millstone. So with that, I say shalom.